whatever, he can start a fight.
And also, like that rupture you mentioned, right? This is where we're starting to see the downside is if it's the wrong target, for example, something like Kisani, or if Kisani is having the start he's having. You know, the biggest issue you run into is you rupture a target, and Hellraisers, I feel like they're confident to stand and fight as 5 right now. It's actually they're trying to fight with GPK. He's got the Requiem in 2 seconds. He needs to buy enough time, but the stun will ensure that he will be brought down. They hunt forward. They find 19 teams in the tree line as well. He's not able to find any vengeance. And on the side, the rupture, turnaround coming. BT's trying to turn this fight and get some vengeance right now, but Funnick will be able to escape. They just don't have the damage to kill him off. And on the side, Dirachi will find a freebie and the 3rd kill. That's going to be a triple kill for this Void Spirit.
Fight for Hellraiser.
Normally.
Fight is pretty bad right now. I know. They're deciding to go for this travel speed. Guess what? It's just die. They don't have a save, like I said a few times. Just pretty hard for them to fight them right now. Even though they kind of want to fight them, but they don't really have the items to fight them yet.
For the quite well there, yeah. Lucian, like he got one of the best spells you can have in this game. He switched it out now, but that Pit of Malice set up that kill completely.
Firestorm is also always nice. Always have like good. Anything you steal from under. Just the Firestorm as well, like against the sea. A lot of damage.
Let's see if we can do the damage. He get dragged in, but they're actually baiting the CK into his own death. And Unique, they realized, okay, actually, you know, as long as we don't let the Mamasses fight, we are much stronger than Hellraisers right now.
Yeah. That is the power of their... They don't fight them 5v5 before they have their items. Once GB gets this, then it's gonna be different. It's gonna be like that disaster. That easily, like they did in that. The BKB.
Yeah, that was kind of the weird fragility. Is like you could see that when he goes to these boosted travel, the kind of onus is on Unique to find these pickoffs, right? They should be able to cruise across the map a lot quicker, which isn't something I'd often say against an Underlord Void Spirit lineup, but the way that this game is meant to play out, yes. It's just they kind of, I think that the issue is they kind of jump their timing, right? And that bot fight was a perfect example of that, is getting ahead of themselves.
Yep.
The dire scan, on the hunt for Radiant forces.
So we went from Midas. Wants to scale, and I think that is the right way. It does get really hard to deal with. Like I would think
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're gonna take a lot of time for them. More and more the CK gets farmed.
Dire should look
Same
to
time,
their top
they have the asset draw, so they do scale pretty well. They right now. They have a BC neck right now. Veil, and they also have a big.
Is under attack.
This is probably all time for Unique.
Tower is in danger.
Think about making a gather.
Yeah, and they will all smoke off. And I am glad that Horatio did go for this Midas, otherwise I'd be face palming myself the Midas that you should have bought. I just don't think you can afford to go for like maybe an armlet build this game. You'll fall behind too hard. And I'm glad he's queued up the BKB. The amount of games, especially in the CIS region, where I've seen a drought last night because he refuses to build a BKB is baffling.
Brother.
Speaking of silences coming out on a non-grata, easy pick off into a tower push. Like you said, this is Unique's time. Hellraisers might just have to back up and give them their time in the limelight.
I have to be careful now how to take the fight, because I said you can't burst this SF anymore. Same time, you also have the mech, so you have a lot of sustain just coming from the Bloodseeker and also damage amp.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and now with that movement speed talent 25, like GPK has become the speed demon. He can pursue these targets pretty easily, especially like the supports and the Underlord.
Can really make a difference in that fight of like, maybe you can start the fight by killing right away,
Structures are fortified.
and he's just gonna get even level 12, level 15. Those are his damage timing. Be able to just burst one hero right off the start of.
Dire structures are fortified.
It's fair to bring that up at this stage as well, right? Because when you look at the comparative, Illusion, he went for this Aether lens, so he's really mobile. If he gets caught, there is no escape for him. There's no escape for Funnick either. He gets dragged back, a lot of damage already done. He can buy a little bit of time Yules, but it's just allow teammates to get away. Or is it? Dyrachyo, he goes in for the kill on the Bloodseeker. Trade of offlaners right now. That should be all that she wrote. I don't think they're going to be looking for more here. Lil forced to just throw out his ultimate to try and stay alive, but now he's cornered and he knows that. GBK trying to go in to finish off this kill. He's juking himself out. As a result, they're going to lose the river. They will get the kill in Lil. Now GBK charging up the wrecker with the BKB means Dyrachyo has no hope in hell of getting away, as they'll run him through and make sure that they're the ones to take the bigger bounty away from this fight.
Fight the... Yeah, they're aggressive.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Hellraisers needing to get the... They do late game as well. Still pretty even. When I would say no, not like a lead.
But you can see the way the unique have itemized, right? The heroes as well. They're looking to peak around that 30-35 minute mark, right? Whereas you can see that Hellraisers, it's one thing we mentioned earlier about Chaos Knight, while he's slow to these items, there is not many heroes that compare to the power spikes you get out of your big item pick.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Like in next 10 minutes, they probably wanna take the Roshan and then try to pressure high ground. For Hellraisers, they need to try to prevent that from happening.
I think Funnick, no, they kind of gave it away. That could have been a very easy kill because 19 had the DD, but they were a little bit reluctant as they couldn't see anybody else in the team of Hellraisers out on the map.
Trying to make the move. Play defensive and get more farm and more.
And it's going to pay off soon as well. As we look at Kasani, he's about to get his axe complete. And we mentioned this earlier, like if you can reach that back line, you completely screw unique support combo. Meanwhile, speaking of screwed supports, Nongrata gets caught out and killed off pretty quick.
It has become pretty good, Rubik. A lot of spells from the, especially from the Dark Willow and Underlord, you can just about, so careful with that.
Yeah, most of these heroes offer good things. Movement in from the Willow on the Vanscore, trying to stay close to the creeps. The Inkswell to silence up, but it's not going to be good enough. The silence comes out as the move forward from Kasani connects. 19 trying to force stuff away. Lip buys a little bit of time. Rupture there as well. Everything to try and protect the Drow. She one's up. Needs to move away. Funnick is bodyguarding against this. The gust comes out. Requiem follow up. 19 trying to escape the root. Funnick trying to finish this kill, but he can't. He does not have the damage to follow through. 19 the ticks won't bring him down. Instead, Kasani falls and Funnick has nowhere to run and hide. As they'll just chase forward. He doesn't have his ult for 80 seconds, so no Uber ride out. And GPK is a race car ready to run this pedestrian over. They're actually arriving. Won't be able to find the opportunity though. He zones them away. He saves the day for the Underlord at least.
Now they have to beat the Malice and Dagger. Can definitely start it up.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
He's already having the lens, so I already has some tool. Starting the fight, catching.
Yeah, and the next fight he's got incredibly good opening, like lockdown, right? Because he's got the Pit Malice and in conjunction with the lift, that's gonna be a lot of time people locked down. Should also not be underrated that that's Hellraiser's reveal of the Aghanim Scepter on the Void Spirit that backfires and causes his own death.
Fortune death for him for sure. They have a big red shield. They really want to fight right now, or go for a rush. They do know that Unique is.
Are they quick enough though? I feel like this would be a bit slow.
This is a bit slow. If they know that they're playing, well, they don't see them right now, so they don't feel good playing.
Move towards mid. They're pinging GPK. Lift's going to come out. He has got BKB though. Jumps in with the Requiem charged up. Forces the BKB out. The Chaos Knight he's leashed together with the feed up Void Spirit who's trying to run away. So he's on his own here. He's already lost 2. Yeah, you get the kill on the Grimstroke, but now with your BKB running out, you are in dire tights. Racho spotted up. Pain of Malice is there. No escape from the hell that is the forces of Unique.
One thing that happens. Can't like go
now you tell him.
Like, yeah, it's just like you have Asaf and he has this BKB. Just gets the ulti when you use. It was close though from Duracho. It was perfect time that he might be able to like be in the Phantasm die with the Requiem. Then he can maybe just turn it around, but yeah, he gets the timing and also has to settle races and then the illusion just dies. That's the problem with BKB. Okay, when you go BKB on same time, okay, it's a lot about this illusion. Most about your illusion damage. You have those illusions. Not that good, especially at this point. You have damage items yet.
I think that's the deceptiveness of Drow though, right? Like this hero forces you to go BKB, maybe Manta as an alternative you could consider as well. Because Gust is like overwhelmingly effective against CK. It completely validates your ability to get into the fight.
Yeah. It's kind of true. Like one thing you could think about is like proceed to attacker on CK. I still think that's one way you can get on top of the Drow without caring too much about the Gust. But overall, he still needs to get a lot of items. Like I said, it's a good game, but it's not like a perfect CK. It's items get to that point that right now it's this just the asset without
scanning for enemies.
It's that case of when we refer to it as a good CK game, where like if this gets into a late game scenario, like Hellraisers have definitely put less pressure themselves from a late game situation, but Unique are applying a lot of pressure in this mid game situation as they're going to zone them all away. Terrorize has to be thrown out to from Unique, but now with what you've committed on the side of Hellraisers, you may have to forfeit this tier 2 tower as the creeps are pushing in.
One side's misstep is the other's cunning play.
tier 2, I mean.
It waddle over. Not really worth the commitment. I say that. GPK hunts, but you won't be able to find him.
Catch a little bit. Try the blinks down. The Rubik's Purge now is inside the target, then that hero is not.
Probably, I don't know, if you use it on the Underlord, just ensures that he can't escape, right? Because he's got the 4-staff as well.
It's alright, like using it.
Not that you need to.
Well as
He's got
that was a nice purge actually. Used it on the Underlord.
Yeah.
Delta.
Same with the 4-staff, right? Like, there's nothing you can do if that purge is pointed at your Underlord right now.
At the same time, like I said, yeah, Underlord is probably the best target, so you can. But it's not too bad on the Seeker. You have the BKB. Still slow him through that purge, so. And you will have it again soon. That's just a second cooldown.
He's going to be a sad boy, and I don't think his team wants to fight anytime soon. You can already see the Hellraisers into the split push way of life as they're just trying to shove in the spot lane, hoping that Unique will come back and do this instead of taking more buildings.
Before Asaf had the BKB, Hellraisers felt really good about taking the 5-on-5 fights, but now it's the now Hellraisers wants to dodge and they want to split. Their split push is kinda not so good, so.
Oh, they've got it. Okay, Science and Trumpet's gone.
Good.
Alright, that is meant to be the most difficult kill to find, but Illusion's just making it easy. You know, he's still got some way to go to outdo himself compared to game 1, but yeah, it's a good start.
Last game he was playing just playing good.
Hey, he's like Zeus and Nice Hercules. right? Like he's demoted himself, but he's still impressive.
Yeah. Hellraisers is in a bit bad position. Sure, what is their best play? They had to kind of just somehow try to fight in their base with the Firestorm and the Dark Willow spells, and that's probably the best chance of them having. But at the same time, it go high ground if they don't want. They can just farm. Drow still get even bigger. Like Drow wants to fight right now, but the tail. And as of going for that here also.
I'm not going to want to end up on GPK. It's not really that easy to bring down. The Gus gets thrown out. Duracho drags one in. BKB Phantasm activated. GPK raises to bring down those illusions and bring them low. 19 teams hit by the purge, but trying to chase forward. Illusion with the root connected on free heroes. They're trying to move out of this. They need to be quick though. Duracho is able to get out. Well, that's everything. I mean, you've broken everything in that fight, really. And now, with the situation of the creep waves, Unique are probably just going to run down these lanes.
Yeah. Yeah, we now on the game. I mean, be happy that the Thunderlord ulted out, because that would have been really bad for Hellraisers to fight that anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Rubik did steal the beat again. Oh, he might die now though.
Oh, maybe. Little's going to join him though. He's like, I'm not going down alone, buddy. DPK. They're dragging him in right now. He's got the BKB though. Charging up the Requiem. The slow's coming out. The Chaos Knight is in trouble. Ruin on the spot. No way out. This is going to be brought down.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a good. Well, it's the word. Now, obviously, Duraccio feeling a bit too. Obviously, affect the beacon.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how you can feel strong against GPK right now. I think you're I don't want to be mean, but you seem a bit delusional if you think you can take this swole demonic being on. He's very big and very scary at this stage of the game.
Gonna have 25 now as well. He's gonna have that crazy good talent with this build that he has. Like, go for a Minotaur more as well. But I'm very like, yeah. We're gonna go to see. Let's do good. Let's see when you play
The
caster as a
It's also like the presence aura doesn't feel like great if you don't take the buildings, right?
Yeah,
that's where it's godly. I love they didn't in this game as well. Like, it was already a good casting game because of the Bloodseeker, but also whenever I see that build, which you don't see it too often these days, people love their movement speed too much. It's usually when you've got a Deso builder, for example, right? So it's like double minus armor on structures.
They're gonna attack buildings anyway, like the last.
Yeah. On the side, fan score. Will be brought down. Full side step to snipe out the Courier while is that it?
Somewhere,
Dark Willow.
someone lays blame.
Forts have this here. He can survive against that. Same way. Does
Yeah, reduced a lot of damage though. Oh, disruption to save the CK. Gus does no fall from non-grata, and they're moving in. BKB's get activated. 19-2 trying to force stuff away with the DD. Standing up with Duraccio. He needs some assistance though. Purge to slow him down. Nobody's coming to assist him just yet though. He's surrounded on all sides. The Storm Disruption used to save the day. Illusion. Shadow Rays is coming out with the Requiem as well. Trying to do the follow-up, but they lose the Drow, and as a result, they need to retreat. GPK in a bit of trouble himself. Fuel to slow him down. Chase is going to be there. Hit Malice down. Forced up across the side. The Blood Right thrown on the ground, and Duraccio dead alongside Lil. All of a sudden, HR, what looks like a good fight, instant greed punishes them.
They just want the. They like throw, like, he doesn't have big game. Pop everything. Still so tanky, and then there's the Bloodseeker throwing off this Fates Bolt, and it's close, but it's still fun. He's gonna have Octarina. It's gonna be even harder to kill him.
No, it's definitely getting a little bit awkward to watch. It's almost like mid-game GPK has typed to Funnick and said, yo, bro, if you kill me once, I'll join your team. And they're like, get him! Just kill him! Bring him down right now!
Yeah. well, even more than they tried, but not everyone is putting everything out, everything right.
Almost. They're saving the kitchen sink, you know?
Yeah.
Time like this, you need to save that for washing your hands.
Russian here. It's probably gonna be the. Did kill 19 teen there at least in the fight. There is that problem still that. Okay, now has this really good talent that level 21, like 20. It's spell immune years now, so it can, if your illusion doesn't die right away, you can definitely burst the Drow, and Asum is a bit harder to burst, but Drow can definitely die. Damage.
Yeah, the purge is ensuring that, right? Because 19 team, it's not this one of these games where you can kite easily as the Drow Ranger. However, you don't have to kite if you just can afford to die. With an Aegis in hand, 19 is definitely feeling that way.
Yeah. I go for the tier here. Get used. But the.
Dire's bottom tower is
Okay, I'm just gonna have it again in seconds. I
Dire's structures are
expect them to push that fast. Have it.
Dire's bottom
I'm just looking at GPK right now. He got the recipe in the Voodoo Mask, but it looks like he switched it up. He doesn't want the Octarine.
That's weird.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
By the recipe as well.
Well, I'll come back for it later, I guess, but still.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, he could have the Hex there, just for now. But he's also could, like, wants to buy back right now for the. And then doesn't know.
Nongrata in trouble. Forced stuff to get him away. This slows the clip from the arrows. Can't quite bring him down. It's close though. Oh, Fable. I think he gave them vision there.
Yeah, that is true.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Disruption.
Alrighty then. Well,
Yeah.
Unique won't stay there again, forcing them out. Instead, they'll go in and they'll try and send the horse to the glue factory as they find the kill on the Underlord as well. And alright, that's the key to the base. And the glyph so early.
I get to push more. He probably has to.
I mean, you have to buy back, right?
Here.
Yeah.
But they don't. Yeah. Just gonna buy back like that.
Like, okay, 19 team. He just stand there and collect. Got an Aegis after BKB. He's got the BKB though, from the record being charged up, and he doesn't get the BKB off on the CK. He's down. Dirachu, he has no buyback.
Yeah, he doesn't. Churches, few times I'm being a little bit, like, playing a little bit maybe over excited or whatever. Like, he's not. He wants to go on disaster, but he's like.
You make him sound like a dog in heat right there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm just looking at fights now. He tried to kill GPK, just pops BKB and ult, and then Dirachu died. 2 times the same. It's like he's going for the same mistake times now, and kind of like. I won't say causing them the game, but making it pretty hard at least.
I mean, it might now. They're going to lose more heroes. Scattered Demon, they just got back recently, brought down again. Funnick hit up by the slows, needs to escape. Will be ignored because they just want more buildings. But with that kill, that's going to make the push on the bot lane even easier.
You have Aegis, you have.
Okay, Sunny's gone in. BKB, he sees an opportunity to bring down a target. Illusion is low, but won't die that quick. He's got disruption, the Yules afterwards, but he can't use it. The Firestorm takes him. Alright.
Let's. They're defending. Get mid-rack.
Jesus, GPK. I mean, you are very strong. You are the boss. We understand, but I don't think that's the way you want to use that Hex reveal and admit that you no longer have buyback.
Here.
Of course he doesn't. 11, 1, 13. You know, that one death, it was a misclick. It was just a misclick. Yeah, see? Misclick's coming out from Will this time. GPK charging up the Requiem. Science able to move away quick enough. They did force out the BKBs, but Dirachu, he goes in. Phantasm activated. Looking to bring down BTC, but the Guardian Greaves to heal him up is just too good. And Dirachu's BKB down to half duration already. The disarm out of the Drow but she should be able to escape this. Still got the Aegis to play with the Sob on the sides to slow down the reinforcements. All of a sudden, the turnaround coming to Ratio. The stun control on the 19 team to bring him low. They'll be able to get through the first life, but what is your means to get through the second? GPK gets dragged in. 2 second stun, trying to burst through him quickly. On top of him, the BKB from Kisani, so he's not a target. They're going to try and will him down, but first they will lose the Chaos there. Kisani needs to escape from this. We'll go for the kill to BCC, but now 19 team with full health could fight up against him. Pushes him away, actually wants out. It's the Manta to get rid of the slow. Vansk on the slide is going to be brought down as well. And it looks like the Drow is going to fall because the root control for Funnick is superior and able to end the life of the past one and Unique.
Well, did actually ice spot.
Ching! Whoa. Hold up though. He took the astral step. I mean, I'm kind of behind his idea that lacking damage to an extent, but the dissimilate stun him for 2.5 seconds with these short BKBs on Unique.
Yeah, it's kind of good as well, but I guess because he went for the Desolator, so maybe just feels like he needs all the damage right now. I don't think they necessarily lack the lockdown. That sense, I think it's fine. Like with all these talents and this damage, is the Lightstone Orb of Destruction, Illusion, Vanscore definitely are gonna be free kills for him if he just ever gets to go on them. They need to be really careful with their positioning.
Wow.
Lil,
I think Illusion's already a free kill for Lil. Especially with the reinforcements coming in. Rubik has no way to escape this. He just tries to cause a little bit of havoc before finally dying.
Ratio is not here though, so might be hard.
I mean, we're getting that point, but there's a little bit of bite back from Hellraisers. I don't know if I'd say we're at the same level of the previous game, but we are starting to see signs of life out of the HR roster here.
Bit like that again. It's as a PK is 5 seconds. He does have that DR talent. Have often. There's potential definitely that they can kill GPK when he doesn't have that PK.
Well, especially they have on Vanscore. He got the push out before blinking away, and as a result, they couldn't initiate non-grata. Instead, Grimstroke should be left behind. Soulbind gets thrown out. Hex is thrown out, and the Voice Break down to half HP. And they decide to just get out because he's ruptured.
Yeah. Terrorized, but they didn't really commit together for GPK. Xani went for him, but he's pull up for him. They just killed the Vanscore, but they just smoke up again, and they want to go right away. This is a good.
Durasho.
Yes.
To the Silver Edge. GPK hit by the stun, dragged in as well, already down to half HP. BKB just to try and run away. Can't even TP, realizes the damage is too high, and as a result, he's in a lot of trouble. Blink away, Kisani moves forward with his own BKB though, finds the target. GPK's dragged in, killed off as well, and dead for 100 seconds. No buyback either.
Yeah, no buyback. Go, finally Durachi gets to go that first. Now he's stunned first, and then he won. Instead of hitting him first, then trying to stun him. There we go. Get the kill. Now they can at least probably get the tier 2. Roshan is also...
And we see the fragility, right, of Unique draft, the way it functions. Because, you know, that was a 2-second stun, right? GPK, the boss of the game. Well, I mean, this raid boss is outdated content at this point. We're like 4 Warcraft in now, and he's from the first one.
It's like the... As of his... have some good timing, and he definitely has been playing. But now you're at that timing that you have this 5-second BT. Once that is down, you can definitely just die into this. The problem is also that you don't have the... have a force staff. Yeah, actually, I guess he has a force staff. There's like limited ways of helping get to go on him. And Xani also, like we said, dealing a lot of damage right now. I to build it, he can. His astral steps are just.
He is the hunter in this game. He's going with Linkers as well to ensure that the hunt never stops and they can't repel him. And yeah, the other thing to look at Unique, right, is you can see the kind of cute elements of it because they've got this Drow Ranger and this SF with these cooldown reductions. And I guess the mindset is like, if we can just run from fight to fight, like the fact we have BKB uptime is better, right? Like every fight will be able to activate BKBs, whereas you know, for Hellraisers, they need this big moment with that magic community to convincingly win a fight to do anything.
My path leads to riches.
So far, they've been finding that time and time again. Roche is going to be up in 15 seconds, so expect Unique to make a play as they smoke out of their base towards the jungle.
Maybe we'll put... Think about playing on that try to chunk, letting that take that over like this high ground here. They could potentially just have a really good flash position.
Are scanning for enemies. Radiant's courier makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Okay,
they know they're here now.
Yeah, they've killed the courier, but this looks like a bait attempt. They're moving up to that high ground area you're talking about. Rubik, however, has got a different way. He wants to shove in the wave, and we'll show.
Now go on the wave themselves to kill this wave, and they can hit the rush shot. It's gonna die pretty fast. You have to be here.
Yeah, but A-Shot's not smoked up,
Yeah,
so they see this. BCC throws down the blood right straight away to control Lil Soulbind long range, jump in with the rupture, the Hex on the 2. The piggies are running, but they're running their own slaughter as they bring Kisani down to half HP. Stolen, moving away with the Underlord. The problem is you have left Chaos Knight behind. He has the Silver Edge to get away, however. Shadow Demon has to fight back. And that almost looked a little bit awkward for the side of HR. It's still going to get more awkward though. They're trying to TP him right now. However, the second wave is ready to play.
They don't have big SF ult enough. Definitely try to get the value of this.
Dyrachio goes in, stun for 3 seconds. Phantasm activate. They will blow up Grimstroke straight away. Buyback comes out. BCC's the next target. Bring him down low. Bloodseeker is going to be burst through, and now Shadow in trouble. GPK, no PKB for 10 seconds. Dragged into his set death with a 4-second stun. And at the high ground, they see the Rubik poking and prodding, but no longer, as he will also fall to HR. Buybacks though, this is the do or die fight. They're looking for 19-10. If they can snipe him out, they'll have them on the edge of the abyss, but they're not able to do so. And BCC is still fast enough to move away from that Chaos Bolt. Okay, GPK just got buyback. Yep. They were like, wait, why is he not pulled back yet? Is this our moment to go in the pit? This could actually backfire now because they're moving in with the Hex as well. Lil being brought low. GPK trying to charge out that Requiem to get the play out, and he will be able to. It's not going to fit too many heroes with the BKBs. Chaos Knight brought low. On the side, BCD stunned for 4 seconds, but he hit the rupture. Injured Dyrachio cannot move around. They're going to bring them down. Funnick on the high ground manages to get up there, but the BKB's running out, and so is his HP pulls. They'll run him down. The diebacks are falling in, and they're falling in favor of Unique.
Yeah, buybacks on. They have one. Roshan is definitely just like the good that fight. First start fights with Unique. They don't have buybacks them. Then Hellraisers goes. They buyback, and now again has all their spells ready, and they can take the fight. This is as of ulti, like so. Makes the fight different.
It's so obnoxious.
Yeah, it's just like you don't really have many ways to deal him. You can't really stop it either. You have the BKB. You'll always get this ulti. That's gonna make chaos in those fights. And it's not. We have been talking about a lot about this asset, but it's not only this asset. They also have a draw ranger with a lot of farmers who have to respect fights. It's not only the asset you can have to deal with.
Yeah, and it's still that combo of the other 3 heroes, right? With the Soulbind Ruptures, the List, the Fade Bolts, and these Hexes as well. So valuable in Slave game through White Grimstrokers for a long time. Been one of those, like, I don't want to say controversial picks, one of those ones that often people look at and go, why does he do so much?
Will Radiant resist?
Gonna be able to end the game here, but
they can poke if they want to, though, right? They've got the Aegis, they've got all the cooldowns.
Maybe the one thing they wanna do is they did use buybacks, and it's an important series for them. They maybe back, chill up, get your. You don't wanna make any ways of risk. Good in theory wait for buybacks, and at the same time they can still.
And at the same time, like they have buyback on Drak. All right, so they've got the Aegis on GPK. They could try and push this in and just, go for the juggler and end it. I think The dumb part for Hellraisers when they're looking back at it, that buyback on the fight, GPK didn't have the money. That's why it happened. EZZ, 4 second stun. Soulbind, they're baiting themselves in though. He's not the target. The Requiem was going to come through. The BKB is there for K-Sign, so he's protected against it. 19 however, trying to whittle down the targets. Panic will get them out just in time, but before they can finish the BZZ kill. So that is for nothing in the end. And on the side, they left someone behind. They forgot about their pixie, their little fairy princess, because, you know, fairies aren't real.
No one dies.
They'll get out. Alright, the problem is, while the BKB was used by GPK and by 19, that thing we talked about before is coming into effect, which is the cooldown reductions.
Gonna have he's gonna buy the blessing, Dragoning blessing. Have that as well. Basically that's up here.
6 slot with the Aegis.
Yeah.
Well, we think yes. GPK playing it, we think no.
They, like I said, they could wait for the buybacks if they want.
But you are, of course, admitting that Hellraisers are going to get their buybacks as well, right?
That's the thing. I feel like Hellraisers to fight inside the base. The Aegis as well.
This guy has no chill, man.
Almost like they're coming. They got a little bit of time left on this egg. It's about a minute, so they want to make a play as they'll move up through the mid lane into the Radiant base. Do or die. Panic, the captain, standing true, ready to defend these tier 4s, but standing there won't do enough. You have to go in. 19 team. Disruption's going to come out to protect him. Chaos Knight has to move away. Soulbind connects on the 2. Falls away the Rupture. Burning through the health of the Chaos Knight. The BKB to run away is being brought low. Will make found barely though. And I say you can stand there. You can wait in there while we deal with your buildings. Glyph already forced out.
Tiny bought the rapier, but he doesn't have it yet, and now he's flying it from. Bought it from the.
Oh,
now
here he comes. Yeah, Beast Hex stop right now. First crown coming out. So the BKB's available for Shadow Fiend. He'll activate it and they'll just burst through in case Sunny's trying to run away. The final arrow to fly through. He has to just suddenly dodge it. The problem is you leave behind your team hung and dry. And as a result, with 2 now dead, you're in a hell of a lot of trouble as Unique will look to just end this game here and now. Final fight, movement in, GPK, celebratory Requiem, and he screams, yay, at the top of his demonic voice as they run them down, bringing these heroes low. BCC's able to move away. They finally realize they just need to hit. Team will turn around, bring the Ancient down, but not before he finishes off Panic.
All right. Okay, I would say in general, I think they were in charge of this game. Most part, say they would light play in that mid